Welcome back to the another part of the video series, that is GNATHOSTOMATA. So in the previous video we have been discussing about the higher vertebrate, that is EUROCHORDATA. In the previous video we have discussed about agnatha, which is also a part of EUROCHORDATA. To recall again, I want to highlight certain points about EUROCHORDATA. These are the higher vertebrate. They were divided into two broad categories, that is agnatha and GNATHOSTOMATA. In the previous video we have already discussed about agnatha. If you have not watched it, do watch it. And in this part of the video we will be discussing about GNATHOSTOMATA. And GNATHOSTOMATA is also divided into two major parts, that is the Pisces and the Tetrapoda, and in this part of the video we will be discussing about the Pisces. Okay, so let us start the video. Before that, again a quick revision regarding this same chart which we are discussing again and again. Why? Because this is a very important for the clear concept point of view. By now you might have been clear about what is the classification, and if you keep on revising this chart again and again, you will be clear with all this, what is lower chordate, what is higher chordate, because usually confusion is created by this division, which category do this phylum or do this class belong to. For the clear understanding point of view, I have clearly mentioned in this chart that which phylum or which group does the class belong. So, as I have already discussed about the vertebrata is divided into agnatha and GNATHOSTOMATA. Agnatha we have already discussed, and GNATHOSTOMATA is again divided into Pisces and Tetrapoda. In this part of the video we are going to discuss about Pisces three types, that is Placodermi, Chondrichthyes and Ostrichthyes. Okay. So, Pisces superclass is again divided into three orders. So, let us start. Before that, we will be discussing about the GNATHOSTOMATA certain characteristics, that is what are the GNATHOSTOMATA. As we have seen that the agnatha are the jaw-less vertebrate, but GNATHOSTOMATA where having true jaws will be present, as well as the appendages will be seen, that is both the pectoral as well as the pelvic, and notochord will be persist or replaced by the vertebrate. In agnatha we have seen that the notochord will be persistent throughout the life, but in GNATHOSTOMATA the notochord may be replaced by the vertebral column at some stage of the life. Then the GNATHOSTOMATA is divided into two superclass, one is Pisces, another one is Tetrapoda. Pisces are exclusively aquatic, whereas the Tetrapoda are terrestrial. Some are aquatic and some are aerial, some are arboreal. Because under the Tetrapoda category, the amphibia, reptile, bird, mammal belongs to them, and in the Pisces category all the category of fishes belong to this. That is why they are aquatic, and here they are terrestrial, arboreal or aerial in nature. Then the Pisces usually contain fins for their locomotion. Paired limb or fins will be present, which is usually used for locomotion, whereas in Tetrapoda limbs are present, pentadactyl limbs, that is 5 fingered limbs will be present for the locomotion. And as the Pisces lives in water, so the skin is really soft as well as moist in nature, because they lives in water, as well as scales are also present on their body. We will be discussing what are the scales, what are the different types of scales are present. In Tetrapoda the skin is usually dry, because as they live in the terrestrial mode of life, so depending upon their habitat they have acquired their body structure, as well as in certain Tetrapoda exoskeleton like the cornified or certain spines will be present on their body. And one important point is that the Pisces have gills for the respiration, which is very important, whereas the Tetrapoda have lungs for their respiration, as they have shows terrestrial mode of life, aerial, arboreal mode of life. You must be wondering what is arboreal. Arboreal are those organisms which live on the trees. Then the sense organs of this Pisces species is mainly designed or mainly modified according to their habitat where they live, that is they live only in water, that is why the sense organs are only functional in water. Same as tetrapods, which they live in the aerial terrestrial nature, that is why their functional organ are modified according to that. By now you must be clear what is the characteristics of this species and tetrapoda. Now we will be discussing the characteristic of Pisces in detail. So the Pisces characteristics is mainly divided into three broad categories, that is placodermy, which are already extinct, class chondrichids, which belong to the cartilaginous fish like scoliodon, radfish, and osteochids, that is Labiorhita and seahorse. Each one of them we will be discussing in detail. Let's start. So as I have told you, the placodermi are the extinct species and they were the first jawed vertebrate, as they belong to the GNATHOSTOMATA category. So they are the jawed vertebrate and they are the first jawed vertebrate, and they are not found now and they were present about 450 million years ago, and they mainly appeared during the Silurian time period, and by the time they reached the Permian time period they became extinct. And if you do not know what is the Silurian time period and what is the Permian time period, I have made another video regarding evolutionary biology series. Do check that. I have mentioned in each time period what have occurred. So you must be clear about that. Then this species Placodermis mainly lived in the seawater as well as in the fresh water, and the body is mainly heavy armor, mainly heavy exoskeleton, only armor will be present. Example is dinichids and pterychids, okay, pterychids and dinichids, okay. These are the two placodermi class which have already been extinct and not found anymore. Moving to the next, that is the class, that is chondrichid. You can see this class is known as cartilaginous fish. Why they are called cartilaginous fish? Because their endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. That is why they are called cartilaginous fishes, and they are usually marine and the body is spindle shape. Spindle shape means body is fused shape. You can see the body is fused shape, as well as the tail is heterocercal. You can see here the tail, one lobe will be longer, means larger, and the another lobe will be shorter in length. So these are known as the heterocercal tail, means the lobes will be asymmetrical in nature, one long and one short, okay. This is the characteristic feature of the chondrichids. Moving to the next part is the fins are also present. You can see fins will be present, as well as they will be supported by a skeleton known as fin rays, and the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and mouth is ventral, that is front side the mouth will be present. You can see mouth is ventral, and the placoid scales are present. What are placoid scales? Let us see. These are the placoid scales, okay. These are the backwardly directed spines like scales which will be present in the main characteristics of the chondrichids. So these are the placoid scales, okay. Next, moving to the gills. They have 5 to 7 pair of gills will be present, and the excretion is ureotelic. What is ureotelic? That is, they excrete urea as their excretory product, as well as they are oviparous and ovoviviparous. That is, oviparous means they lay down eggs, ovoviviparous means they give birth to the young one. Development is direct, no larval stage is found, as well as the fertilization is external, that is they lay their eggs or sperm in the water. And example is very important. First is dogfish, this is the dogfish. Next is hammer-headed fish. Why it is called so? Because the shape is like a hammer. Next is a sawfish, the front region is like a saw. Ratfish, because the front part looks like a rat, and this is the torpedo trigon fish. So many examples are there, trigon, shark, whale, all this category belongs to the chondrichids class. Okay, next moving to the osteochids. Osteochids are known as the bony fishes. Why so? Because their endoskeleton is made up of bone, and they live in all the kind of water, from the brackish water to fresh water to salt water, any kind of water they can live. Most common example is rohu and goldfish, which you keep them as pet in your aquarium. So, these are the two goldfish is mainly common, you have seen that. This belongs to this ostrichid class. And what type of scales do they belong? They have ctenoid, cycloid and gonoid type of scale. What is that? This is the gonoid scale, this is the cycloid scale and this is the ctenoid scale. These are the four types of different types of scales are present. Placoid scales is found in case of chondrichids, which is spine like. Ganoid scale, cycloid and ctenoid scale are found in this three type category, will be found in the ostrichid. Okay. And they also ureotelic type of excretion, that is urea will be excreted. Development is direct, no larval stage will be found and 4 pairs of gills will be present and the tail is homocercal, which is very important. You can see that the lobes of the tail is equal sized. Okay. That is here also you can see the lobes are of equal size, that is symmetrical. In chondrichids the lobes were of asymmetrical type. So, next time when you see a fish, you see their tail region. If the tail region is symmetrical, means they belong to ostrichid. Another feature which you can distinguish between the two is the scale, or by seeing the scales also we can see what type of endoskeleton they are made up of, and the body structure also you can see, and what type of water do they belong. By seeing certain features easily you can distinguish which category belongs to ostrichid and which belong to the chondrichid, and placodermi are already explained. This is all about the superclass Pisces, and hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt regarding this video, do ask in the comment section, and if you have not watched the previous video regarding the EUROCHORDATA part 1 Agnatha, do watch it. Also have made about the Protochordata and the vertebrate introduction, do watch that. I have made many videos like the invertebrate series, evolutionary biology as well as physiology, do watch that. If you are new to my channel, do subscribe, like and share among your friends, because these are the highlighted points which I am sharing, because before going to any exam or any interview you can quickly watch this video and get a quick idea and a quick concept regarding this concept what is species, because these are very fundamental things which are usually asked in Viva voice. So, do watch it. Thank you and have a nice day.